income for the rest of your retirement. At Drake & Associates, we help you create a strategy to maximize your benefits so you can make the most of what you've earned. Social Security is just one stop on your retirement-ready roadmap. Take the first step today. Text SS to 414-897-9522 to claim your free retirement toolkit and get a copy of my book, Get Retirement Ready. Don't leave money on the table. Text SS to 414-897-9522.
Drake & Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
Our favorite reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler? Free service for life with no fine print. That's right. When you buy your engagement ring or any piece of jewelry at Diamonds Direct, you will never have to pay a dime in the future for sizing, cleaning, or routine maintenance. At Diamonds Direct, there's no gotcha clause, no fine print, no looking for ways to void the warranty. Diamonds Direct, the jeweler you can trust with a no questions asked 100% free lifetime warranty with no strings attached. Come see us to learn more.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Who else does this? There's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Mind Chef restaurant gift cards make great year-round gifts as everyone loves a free meal. WTMJ's John Mercure here through January 15th only. When you buy a 100 gift card, you get a bonus $20 gift card for free. Buy 250, get 50 free. Business owners, managers, order Mind Chef gift cards for your loyal employees and clients. They will love the Mind Chef, and they'll really appreciate you. It's big food, big fun. Monday and Thursday, buy one pizza, get a second pizza free. Wednesday and Friday, the all-you-can-eat fish fry is just $7.99. What an incredible value. The Mind Chef, super affordable, family-friendly. Order your gift cards at mindchefrestaurant.com. Do it by January 15th. If you don't have your holiday company party in December, have it in January at the Mine Shaft in their free party rooms. It's the perfect place at the perfect time. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh. Order your free gift cards at mindchefrestaurant.com. Do it by January 15th, and it'll be mailed right to your home or office. It's the Mine Shaft.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Tonight, the Bucks dethrone some has-been kings.
Oh, here's Giannis taking the feed from Dame and lays it in as he glides into the cup.
The Bucks in Sacramento battle it out. Our coverage starts tonight at 6 with Bucks Shoot Around on your home for the Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
At 10:03, it is 7 degrees. Sunshine, but cold weather, high of 17 degrees today. Wind chills dipping to 15 below. Tonight, mostly clear and cold. Air temperature of 5, wind chills to 10 below. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Vince Vitrano. Hope you like it, because we're going to get a lot more of it. Following a brief warm-up at the end of the week, Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Nisnansky tells Wisconsin's Morning News the coldest air of the season is still coming, probably arriving Sunday into Monday.
Next week has some signs that we're dealing with, some pretty extreme cold stuff, like, possibly school canceling type cold. We're being kind with actual temperatures below zero and like highs in the single digits. I could easily see this being days where we struggle to get above zero. And wind chills could be in that minus 30 to minus 40 territory.
Your complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up in 4 minutes. Happening today, the Archdiocese of Milwaukee will install the new Archbishop. For the first time since 2010, Jeffrey Grob will replace outgoing Archbishop Jerome Listecki, who is retiring, with a ceremony at Cathedral of St. John downtown today. Marquette University canon lawyer Rebecca Royce telling WTMJ the ceremonies will include several historic artifacts.
The cross that will be carried in the procession is from 1875, and that was carried by the first Archbishop of Milwaukee, Archbishop Henney. And the crozier that's being used, which is the shepherd's staff, is from 1891, which belonged to Archbishop Xavier.
The ceremony is invite only, begins at 1:30 this afternoon. You can watch, though. There's a live stream of today's events. Text ARCH, A-R-C-H, to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620, and we'll send you a link to that live stream. No decision today. Governor Tony Evers, speaking this morning on WTMJ with Steve Scafidi, says he will not be making a decision on whether to run for a third term in office until this summer.
I'll decide after the budget. I'm weighing that as we go forward, but until the budget is done and that work is done probably in early summer, I would say that's the time that I will be making that announcement.
Democratic sources indicate to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel that the governor is giving serious thought to a third term, a feat just one other has pulled off, former Governor Tommy Thompson. Happening now, Senate confirmation hearings underway in Washington. On the hot seat this morning before the Armed Services Committee, President-elect's nominee for Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. While you will hear from the nominee today, you're also hearing a lot from grandstanding senators. Democrat, Rhode Island, Senator Jack Reed.
The challenge of the Secretary of Defense is to remove partisan politics from the military. You propose to inject it. This would be an insult to the men and women who have sworn to uphold their own apolitical duty to the Constitution.
Hegseth, 44-year-old Army veteran, most recently a Fox News host. Republicans admitting it is an unconventional choice by the president-elect.
I'm confident that Mr. Hegseth, supported by a team of experienced top officials, will get the job done.
And Senator Roger Wicker, chairman of the committee, Republican of Mississippi. So far, we're hearing far more from senators than we are from the nominee. Republicans do enjoy a slim majority in the Senate, as eventually the nominees will come up for votes. Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up right now, up 44 points to 42,341. S&P 500 at 5828, that is down 8 points. And the NASDAQ falling as well, off 38 to 19,050. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:07.
Are you dreaming of updating the outside of your home? Add a project with J&J Contractors to your Christmas list this year. Family owned and operated since 1983, J&J Contractors specializes in roofing, windows, siding, and doors. Don't wait to start thinking about your exterior. Let them do the work on the outside now so you can enjoy it once spring is here. Schedule your free consultation today. Just Google J&J Contractors or call 414-423-9200. J&J Contractors. Welcome home.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here, asking you to join me in October as my wife and I explore the magical kingdoms of Southeast Asia, from the villages of Vietnam and the temples of Cambodia to the friendly locals of Laos and the beachside resort in stunning, lively Thailand. I hope you'll join us for this unforgettable journey. Ancient and mysterious worlds of rural landscapes, bustling cities, and fascinating history in Vietnam. Explore the Chu Chi tunnels used by the Viet Cong. Experience a street food adventure through Hanoi and cherish the serenity of Hai Long Bay on a beautiful boat ride. Bangkok in Thailand, the beaches in Thailand, history, tradition, food. If you'd like more information on this great trip, send me an email. john.mercure@wtmj.com. john.mercure@wtmj.com. It's Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos. I'm super jazzed about this trip. Send me an email. I send you the info. john.mercure, MERCURE, @wtmj.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur giving his season-ending news conference this morning, asked to consider whether the Packers' season was a failure. Tight end Tucker Kraft, as he was cleaning out his locker Monday.
Well, we certainly didn't win anything. The whole last few games that we played, it just, you could kind of feel what was brewing for us. We just didn't finish.
Vikings, oh, by the way, lost in their wildcard playoff game to the Rams Monday night, leaving only the Lions still standing of the three NFC North teams to make the postseason. Busy night on the hardwood. Sacramento Kings in town to play the Bucks. We'll get you started with Bucks shoot-around at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. tip right here on WTMJ. Over on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, Marquette is on the road at DePaul. Seventh-ranked team in the land is Marquette, and the Ohio State in Madison tonight to face Wisconsin at 8 o'clock. Badgers 24 in the AP Top 25 college basketball rankings. Badger Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. Take a look at the roads. Your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic report. Just a couple of disabled vehicles left over from a brutal morning drive full of accidents and lane closures. They are on 4145 just north of the Zoo interchange, but they're out of traffic, not causing any slowdowns. Earlier issues since cleared and full freeway speeds. Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Sunshine today, but cold. High of just 17 degrees. Wind chills dipping to 15 below. Tonight's low temperature of 5 with wind chills at 10 below. Mostly sunny on Wednesday. An evening snow shower is possible, high 24. Thursday's high up to 36 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Partly cloudy with a chance of a rain-snow mix overnight Friday and a high of 43 degrees. Saturday's high 32 under mostly cloudy skies. Right now, Madison at 4, 6 in Green Bay, Waukesha at 5, and in Milwaukee, it's 7 degrees. I'm Vince Vetrano, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:11.
We like to do things by the numbers. We're all about commerce and community. Welcome to the Upswing, presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs. Now for the host that's always on the upswing, Jeff Sherman.
Now, to business, gentlemen.
Good morning, Wisconsin. Good morning, Milwaukee. Happy Tuesday. I've wanted to take this macro view of what's happening in the DEI and RTO spaces, right? Diversity, equity, inclusion, and return to office. Because I think they're linked. So we're going to drill down on the local level and really see what's happening. Beth Ridley from Ridley Consulting Group is going to join us today. Beth always has amazing insights, and she's going to help us cut through some of the politics, too. We're also going to preview gallery night a bit. We're going to hear from a local artist that talked to Sandy Max last night on What's on Tap. Margaret Musa has some amazing things going on with a really innovative, creative photography process that she uses. We're going to touch on a big project that could be coming to Whitefish Bay soon on Silver Spring, and a few other things, too, here on the Upswing. But, you know, even on this crisp, beautiful morning, we're going to go 2 up.
Now it's time for the
2, count 'em,
2 up on the Upswing.
The 2 up, 2 things in the business world that I'm seeing that maybe you've missed or need to know now. The RNC lead has taken a new job. Michael Best Strategies announced yesterday a few key additions to its executive team as it capitalized on the growing needs of its clients who want to engage on the state and federal level moving into this new year. Allison Prangy, who was formerly the president and chief operating officer of MKE 2024 host committee for the RNC, is joining Michael Best Strategies as chief operating officer. Tori Sendick has also been named the lead of the firm's DC-based federal government relations practice. Michael Best Strategies is a national government and public relations firm associated with Michael Best and Friedrich, and it's steered by David Krutz and Reince Priebus and advisors, including Senator Cory Gardner. Second up, more Shake Shacks on the way. Oh, yeah. Shake Shack is aiming to nearly triple its number of locations as a fast food burger chain says its growth strategy is, quote, just getting started. There are 3 locations in Wisconsin, in the 3rd Ward on Buffalo and Water, Brookfield on Barker Road, and in Madison, Hilldale Center, right on Midvale Road there. I like that 3rd Ward location. It's open till 9:30 on weekdays, 10 o'clock Thursdays through Saturdays. Shake Shack, the single burger, you're looking at about $6.99. But we're looking at big expansion from Shake Shack. They plan to expand up to 1,500 locations, up from only 550 globally today. Shake Shack also announced a 15% growth in quarterly sales, up to $328 million. So it's working to strengthen its brand awareness, speed up customer service, and offer more locations under CEO Rob Lynch, who joined the company last year from Papa John's. I'd love to see a North Shore location, maybe one in Mequon or Bayshore, maybe a couple around Green Bay and Appleton. A little competition or at least a compliment for Culver's, right? Let's see how they continue to expand Shake Shack in the state of Wisconsin. Coming up next was 2024, the year that DEI fell apart. Beth Ridley joins. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
Do you hear that? The Milwaukee Boat Show is here. 8 days of boating excellence at the Wisconsin Expo Center at State Fair Park, January 17th through the 19th and the 22nd through the 26th. While you're there, register to win the HO Sports Beacon Eye Kayak from Skipper Buds, the most durable inflatable kayak in the market. Milwaukee Boat Show is back at the Wisconsin State Fair inside the Expo Center. For more information, visit WTMJ.com.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business. It's WTMJ's Jeff Sherman for Horicon Bank. They've been doing banking differently since 1896. Financing requests can be approved in days, not weeks, because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand. They provide top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. And Horicon Bank gets the job done. Together, doing good. That's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member FDIC.
Immerse yourself in a place where bold ideas are sought after, where all are encouraged to bring their personal flourish. Here, innovation is a way of life. In this city, the beat flows. Together, we're dancing to the rhythm. Forward. Now, it's your turn to grab hold of that energy, where you'll remember not just the meals, the celebrations, or the uncommon coast. What you'll remember is how we made you feel. Come experience Milwaukee, where fresh meets fearless every day.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Welcome back to The Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman from the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line. A friendly reminder, it's 855-616-1620. From the 262, just a little follow-up on that Shake Shack conversation. No, the right market for another Shake Shack is the Drexel Town Center. I'm sure former Mayor Steve Scafidi will agree to that, and maybe he's even working on that. I'll have to talk to him about that tomorrow. So joining us in studio this morning, always great to see Beth Ridley. Beth Ridley from Ridley Consulting Group. Beth, thanks for taking the time and coming in on this beautiful, chilly Wisconsin morning.
Morning, Jeff.
Good morning. So I've just been seeing so many national headlines on DEI initiatives in 2024 and what it's going to look like moving forward through this beautiful new year. Was 2024 the year that DEI fell apart?
I would say fell apart as we knew it, but that may not necessarily be a bad thing.
Okay.
This work is always evolving. And quite frankly, I think as long as companies need to hire humans and sell to humans, it's always going to be a part of business. And so I think it's just evolving as things should. I'm very optimistic for 2025.
That's good. I love optimism. It's the only way to be. So as you look at DEI initiatives, they're kind of under fire from the activists like Robbie Starbuck and getting a lot of headlines in terms of companies pulling away. But I get the sense that many companies are maybe going a little more underground with their initiatives. Is that what you're seeing, and is kind of quiet DEI a smart strategy for companies?
Sort of. I mean, I think like the backlash to DEI, it's like actually nothing new. So I think that when companies react in the extreme, that's like never good for strategy. So I think the strong reactions gets the headlines, but the truth is most companies are super thoughtful and methodical in their approach, and they're continuing to invest in this. It's just not interesting or sexy, so we don't hear about it because it's sort of business as usual.
Mm-hmm.
I think sort of this quiet DEI, sort of paring things down and it less being big initiatives and more embedded, has less to do with backlash and it has more to do with budget cuts. I think people going into 2024 bracing for this recession that never really happened. We're cutting back on all sorts of things. And I think because people are just busy, we can't add more to their plates. So this quiet DEI, is it a good thing? I think as long as quiet means it's a leadership expectation that you will lead in your day-to-day with an inclusive lens and not wait for a big initiative to do it for you is brilliant.
Yeah.
And I applaud all companies that are now embedding inclusivity as the way to lead.
It's being a part of the DNA and the culture and the personality of a company more so than it being a department.
Absolutely. And every manager, people leader, every human who shows up at work contributes to the tone of the company. So I think we all just have to think about, like, if we're going to create an environment where every individual can thrive and we can thrive collectively, we all play a part in that. And we have to be more thoughtful and mindful how we show up, how we interact. We're not trying to do more initiatives on more people's plates, but it matters how you make me feel on a Tuesday.
Yeah. All right, we're going to look into some of the fresh new DEI ideas, kind of on a tactical level at companies. When we come back after the break, more with Beth Ridley from Ridley Consulting Group. This is The Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
Get inside the mind of Mark Tauscher.
I remember I never spoke in front of a podium until the NFC Championship game.
See the world from his perspective.
With all due respect, why were you asked to go to the podium?
To be podium guy.
On Wisconsin's Morning News, every day at 7:50.
What do you mean with all due respect?
I didn't want it to come off like I was being rude. I'm just curious.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. It comes off incredibly rude. Hey, Tausch, you suck. What are you doing up at the podium? Well, thanks, Bill.
Presented by Hello Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
Celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy with the Bucks at Fiserv Forum on Sunday, January 19th. This annual MLK celebration game presented by We Energies honors Dr. King's spirit of community advocacy. Catch the Bucks in action on the court with a special halftime performance, the We Energies Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Speech Contest winner. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit bucks.com/impact.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Elizabeth and John bought their starter home 8 years ago, BC, as in before children. Now, with 2 elementary school-age kids, they wanted to make a move to the suburbs for a bigger home with more yard. But they didn't know if or how they could buy their next home without selling their current one. Fortunately, a friend who was a multi-time AccuNet client connected them with us, and we soon determined they could, in fact, afford to buy without selling first, which was a big relief to them and their real estate agent. Armed with an AccuNet rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval, it still took several weeks to find the right home for the next chapter in their life, but I'm happy to report that Elizabeth, John, and their boys opened their presents on Christmas morning in their new home after closing just a few days before. Whether you're buying your first home or your next home, go with the pros who have all the tools and know-how to make your home buying experience as smooth and successful as humanly possible. Get started with your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval by clicking on the blue button at AccuNet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Beth Ridley from Ridley Consulting Group. While a bunch of top businesses have backed away from DEI last year, the majority of the nation's largest companies still maintain some form of commitment to practices that are going to increase culture and inclusivity in their business. And this is according to a recent report from the conservative think tank Heritage Foundation. But we think on a real macro level moving forward. Beth, I would like to get your thoughts on fresh ideas to move policies forward in companies. Because I think everyone has this, sea change is coming in terms of the political landscape. But we got to stay true to who we are as businesses.
I think the freshest idea is probably the most simple idea because simple ideas actually get done. And so the best strategies are the ones that actually get done. So the thing that I educate and coach my clients on is just make this conversation about what do you need to be your best at work, kind of an ongoing conversation. And it can be really easily done by just getting into the tradition at the team level, a habit of weaving in a fun question, maybe 10 minutes once a month, 20 minutes once a quarter, or even 30 seconds in a one-on-one. That's just signals we care about what you might uniquely need because you are different as every human is. And we're creating an environment where it's safe for you to speak up and share what you might need. And once we hear from you, we're willing to entertain how we can be flexible. Not that we can solve all problems or be everything to everybody, but we simply don't know until we ask the question. So to me, doesn't require money, doesn't require a lot of time. You build it in as a tradition, it normalizes it, and that's a sustainable strategy that can work.
Yeah, I always love your passion and optimism on, you're starting the new year with this laser focus on belonging and well-being because they really go hand in hand, whether it's in our families or in our workplace.
Yeah.
But is there a difference between the small and medium-sized business and the corporate business in terms of implementing these strategies? Because what if you're a 6-person ad agency and you're all just so busy every day that you just can't sometimes see the forest through the proverbial trees?
Ironically, the smaller the team, the more important to invest in this. Because if you're not building resilience, if you're a 6-person team and one person's out, you're suffering.
Yeah.
If you're a 6-person team and one person is, I call the toxic rock star, they're good at their job, but man, no one wants to be around them because they're ruining the culture for everybody else. Everybody suffers. There's no hiding with a small team. So it's actually even more important because there's no redundancy in the talent that you have.
Yeah. What about fitting in from your standpoint? How do you coach authenticity and belonging on the employee level?
That's such a good question to address in 2025 because I think with DEI and belonging, you hear bring your authentic self to work, and let's be honest, we don't really mean that.
Yeah.
But what do we mean, right? There has to be a balance between being yourself, but also being respectful of others. And so to me, it's really just a question of what are your core fundamental workplace values that you really don't want to compromise. And if those values are being met, where can you be flexible in terms of adhering to cultural norms that are probably in place to make sure that everyone feels respected? So, for example, I may not talk as casually or use certain words that I would use at home because they're comfortable to me. In the workplace, I'm cleaning that up a little bit, but I'm willing to do that because I know my core values of working for companies that want to have social impact, that are doing good in the world. That fulfills me, and that's more important than I'm just going to come to work and spew anything that comes out of my mouth.
Do you feel like on a communication level that this could get, I don't know if easier is the right word, but with so many AI tools for use in messaging and email, does it become easier to communicate that way?
I haven't thought about that, Jeff, but I think that's a good example of use technology for good and not for evil. So any example of how we can use technology to help us with the ultimate outcome of creating environments where everybody feels supported, I say give it a whirl, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be one of my initiatives for this year is to leverage AI on a real human level to make sure that I'm using it for good and not evil.
I like that.
Beth Ridley joins us, helping leaders foster belonging to improve workplace outcomes. Next, when we come back, the return to office policies locally and nationally, J.P. Morgan Chase is ordering most of its employees to return to the office full-time by early March. And this includes nearly 650 employees in the Milwaukee area. How does return to office marry with DEI? We'll come back and ask Beth Ridley about that and more. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 10:30. ABC News and local headlines are coming up next.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Defense Secretary nominee Pete Hegseth answering questions and listening to comments from members of the Senate Armed Services Committee, including Ranking Member Senator Jack Reed, who told the former Fox News host,
"Unfortunately, you lack the character and composure and competence to hold the position of Secretary of Defense."
Hegseth saying he would be an agent of change for President Trump if nominated.
It is time to give someone with dust on his boots the helm. A change agent, someone with no vested interest in certain companies or specific programs or approved narratives.
Hegseth is a combat veteran who served in the National Guard. Asked directly about sexual assault allegations against him during his confirmation hearing, he dismissed that as a smear campaign, says he's been unfairly attacked. High winds are back in Southern California, but firefighters are making progress over some of the biggest wildfires around L.A. The Eden fire is now 35% contained. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 10:31. I'm Vince Vitrano. After a brief warm-up later this week, deep freeze expected to chill southeast Wisconsin. Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Isnansky telling us earlier this morning, Sunday afternoon temperatures will begin to plummet, and we could struggle to get above freezing for days with dangerously cold wind chills, despite Democrat sources indicating to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel that Governor Tony Evers is leading toward running for a third term in 2026. The governor this morning on WTMJ wasn't having it. He's said he's not made a decision on a run, nor will he until he is through the budget process with the legislature this summer. Tommy Thompson, the only governor in state history to be elected beyond a second term. And happening today, the Archdiocese of Milwaukee will install a new Archbishop, Jerome Listecki, having reached mandatory retirement age. Now, he was installed back in 2010. Today, the installation of Archbishop-designate Jeffrey Grubb is at the Cathedral of St. John, 1:30 this afternoon. This is not open to the public, but if you'd like a link to the live stream so you can watch, text ARCH to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620. We will send a link out to you. Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average still hanging on to a slim gain. It's up 12 points this morning to 42,309. S&P 500 at 5831. That is off 5 points. And the NASDAQ down 30 to 19,058. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Checking the roads, your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic Report. Even the last remaining disabled vehicles from a challenged morning commute have since been cleared from the freeway system. Sunshine on the roads and no accidents or delays. Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Light snow is out, sunshine is in, cold and breezy today with a high of 17 degrees, wind chills dipping below zero. Mostly clear and cold overnight, air temperature of 5, below zero wind chills once again. Wednesday mostly sunny with an evening snow shower possible, high of 24. Thursday's high back up above freezing, 36 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Partly cloudy on Friday with a high of 43, chance of a rain-snow mix at night. Saturday mostly cloudy, turning colder and a high of 32. In Madison right now, 5 degrees. Green Bay's at 8. Waukesha at 6, and in Milwaukee, we're at 8 degrees. I'm Vince Vitrano, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:34.
I'm Tony Drake from Drake & Associates. Taxes in retirement could take a bigger bite out of your savings than ever before. With a rising tax environment, many retirees are worried about running out of money. At Drake & Associates, we understand those fears, and we're here to help you feel more confident about your retirement. That's why we're offering a free retirement toolkit and a copy of my book, Get Retirement Ready, to help you take control of your financial future. Don't let rising taxes catch you off guard. Text TAX to 414-897-9522 to claim your free resources. That's TAX to 414-897-9522.
Drake &
Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
Great Midwest Bank has document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems, a 100% locally owned and managed business technology company. The bank's IT systems administrator, Michael Quizon, comments on the value of local.
We call on them at any point, they're there. We ask them any questions that we have, they're there.
James Imaging Systems, local business technology solutions, local support, local accountability. Luther Gray, Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales for the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra.
If an issue does arise, they're very prompt, polite, and professional. It makes me feel empowered because I find it very easy to resolve something.
James Imaging Systems client, Al Leidinger, President of Matheson Manufacturing, summarized the benefit of local.
James Imaging has been a really good partner with us from the beginning.
Go with local. Go with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Beth Ridley. Ridley Consulting Group. Nothing constant but change, especially in today's modern workplace. So Beth, as we look at return to office policies, a lot of them coming out locally here and nationally. How do organizations kind of manage this? Oh, you're returning to the traditional workplace, but really, in our eyes, the traditional workplace, it has changed a ton, hasn't it?
It's changed a ton. There's no going back exactly to where it was. Everything should change. Nothing should be static. So I think instead of this, we're coming back to work and it's miserable and people are going to be upset, embrace it as the catalyst for coming up with those new traditions. Right. So what did people love about working from home? And how do we harness that with the fact that we're now coming together for certain reasons and there's benefits of that too? Mm-hmm. So I think it's a great opportunity to just open up the conversation. What are going to be our new traditions that we're going to co-create together going forward?
So how do organizations make sure that these return to office policies are equitable and inclusive for all employees?
Starts first by asking employees, again, novel idea. Oh my goodness. But I think a lot of times these policies are made by a few leaders who tend to be of the same maybe demographic. And I'm talking generation wise, right? And I can say this because I'm a Gen Z and we happen to be in leadership roles. But the truth of the matter is what's comfortable for us and the traditions that we love. These Gen Zers, I'm Gen X, right?
Okay.
But the Gen Zers who are coming in, they have no traditions or they have something new in mind. So we just have to ask employees, what is going to help you be the best that you can be at work? Mm-hmm. And then take that information to inform what the policies are going to be. And I would say always think, where can we be flexible? Where can we be flexible? Flexibility is really, I think, the strategy for 2025. Yeah. It can't be one size fits all anymore.
Well, and when you talk strategy, after strategy comes outcomes. Mm-hmm. And so what metrics do companies track to evaluate the impact of return to office?
I think ideally companies had been doing some type of cultural belonging survey, right? That's very different than an engagement survey. Engagement is who's showing up, but belonging is how do they feel when they're showing up? Do they feel a sense of psychological safety, that their contributions matter, that they feel deeply connected to their work and their colleagues? So ideally, if you've done that and you have a baseline, now you can do it again and sort of see, has the needle moved since we've come back to work? And that would be a great way to understand what's working and what's not working.
And then finally, what are you counseling leaders on to, I know we touched on this a little bit, but how do you create that sense of belonging when you still have some remote and you kind of have this return to office mandate? How do you bring that hybrid environment together from a leadership standpoint?
I think leaders have to sort of recognize that they just don't know everything. They're not mind readers. They're not perfect. the best thing you can do as a leader is lead and show up with some sense of self-awareness and the desire to be curious about what other people think. I think it's perfectly fine for a leader to say, this is going to be new and I really have no idea. What do you think? Yeah. It signals to people that, it isn't all figured out and, my voice matters. And part of coming to better is just people articulating what they're thinking. Mm-hmm. Again, nobody's a mind reader. So I think leading with some vulnerability and leading by example in that way is really important.
Curiosity and change. Those are the constants.
Yeah.
I love it. Beth Ridley from Ridley Consulting Group. Beth, always appreciate your time and insights. Enjoy the rest of your week. Next, gallery night and day, some lost art, trains, and more. This is The Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
Just like most cars and trucks can't run without oil, no person can function without food. That's why, through March 1st, the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee is contributing $1 from every oil change to Feeding America, Eastern Wisconsin. Every dollar provides 3 healthy meals. Over the past 14 years, Adam has provided more than 2.6 million meals to people in southeast Wisconsin. And now, the need is greater than ever. Find a participating Adam dealer near you at adamm.com.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business. This is WTMJ's Jeff Sherman speaking on behalf of my good friends at Horicon Bank. Horicon Bank, they've been doing banking differently since 1896. Your financing requests, they can be approved in days. You don't have to wait weeks because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand, providing top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. Horicon Bank, they get the job done. Together, doing good, that's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business grow. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member FDIC.
Goodyear, Dunlop, Kelly, Continental, General, you name it, we got it.
Plus, free flat tire repair, free tire rotations, and more.
So when you're due for tire service, schedule it at richlawns.com.
That's Rich Lawns with 2 N's.
Rich Lawns.
It's like being trapped in a cage. And I know, that sounds dramatic, but your breathing triangle problem has got you trapped. And once you're freed, you're going to be able to live the life that you're missing out on. Now, this can simply mean experiencing the true pleasure of breathing freely. It will mean better sleep and more energy. And the worry of this problem any more affecting your life is going to be gone. Because in almost every case, when Advent has solved a breathing triangle problem, it's a one and done. Because we're not in the business of delivering Band-Aids. We want to fix your nasal breathing problem for good. We don't want you to be a lifelong patient. We want you to be our next success story.
Isn't it time you break free from that cage? Take the next step. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
So how do you underpromise and still get the job? We believe in our hearts we're going to do great work for you. We're just really careful about making unrealistic promises. At Semper Fi, we refuse to set the bar higher than we can jump. But be assured, that's the goal. To do all we can to jump as high as possible to try to exceed your expectations. We're looking to break records. That's how you win over customers, get really great referrals, and build a great business. When you're making a decision to hire an exterior remodeling company, character, integrity, and the feeling that the people you're about to hire are truly eager to show you how good they are should stand at the top of your list. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. Gallery night and day is this coming weekend right here, all around greater downtown Milwaukee. Nothing builds community and commerce like art. One of the books I read from every morning had a great quote this morning from Daniel Pink, the author. Artists give people something that they didn't know they were missing. Margaret Musa is a local artist. She talked to Sandy Max yesterday about one of her dear friends who lost her studio in L.A. Sunny Mills is a fellow artist and Wisconsin native who lost not only her home, but a bunch of rare tintype photography equipment like the equipment that Margaret uses in her business. You can go to the What's on Tap section of WTMJ.com to find that entire interview. But Margaret also talked about her business, which is the Tintype Portrait Experience Company and the event business at a former church that she owns and lives in. Let's listen to the discussion with Margaret Musa.
We got some things to look forward to. So what are you looking forward to in your creativity in 2025?
Well, I have a show coming up. It's actually like my first solo show, really, I would say, like officially at the Portrait Society Gallery on Friday for gallery night.
Ooh.
I've been taking tintypes. 2025 marks my 10th year working as an artist in this medium. And so it feels like a really good time to look back on a lot of my work. So I'll have a collection of pieces that have never shown or just are kind of weird that I've done over the years. And then we're offering like a really unique, we're hoping that the opening is going to be a chance for people to actually sign up to be the subject of some portraits that I can take over the course of the next couple months. And then at the closing, all of these portraits will be up on the wall. And they're really unique because I'm going to be using like my giant camera, which is like the size of a refrigerator, to make images on really, really old, dark, like coffee colored mirror that's like 16 by 20. So this process is wild because if you want to make a big image, you need a big camera because the plate actually has to sit in the back of the camera. So we have all this
that's right, because you're not projecting. Yeah, you're actually putting that image on and then bringing it to life with the chemicals. That's fascinating that you're going to do something that huge. And where is this on Friday night?
At the Portrait Society Gallery in the 3rd Ward.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that and really excited to learn other. I'm learning how to make bend neon signs, like make neon and blow glass, and I'm really excited about that. That's something I've always wanted to learn. So just like kind of learning something totally new, and hoping to incorporate that in my work as well.
And before I let you go out into the chilly evening, tell me about your creative space, because now you're also part of history in South Milwaukee.
That's really generous of you to say. My sister Renee and I bought an old church in South Milwaukee, this little chapel-sized church about 5 years ago. And it's a tiny, really beautiful little space that's 100 years old. And that is actually where I host all of my portrait sessions. So that's the studio that you come to when you book a session with me. But yeah, it's a nice space that we can also share with other creatives. We've had concerts and stuff there, and people can rent it out for, a baby shower or a birthday party or something. So we're really happy to be in South Milwaukee. We love it, and we really love the space.
How cool. Margaret Musa, look for her at Gallery Night at the Portrait Society and in the 3rd Ward, and look up margaretmusa.com, and again, gofundme.com, Sunny Mills, to help one of our former Wisconsinites who's out in LA now with 2 cats and a backpack and putting together her life after the LA fires.
Tintypes are these really cool direct positive images exposed through a wet chemical process directly onto this thin piece of metal. Really makes for amazing art, and it's truly one of the earliest photographic methods dating back to the 1850s. That's Margaret Musa, who's a local tintype artist. If you want to, and you can, and you are able, you can help the people affected by the California wildfires. We make it really easy. You can donate at redcross.org/ESPN. That's redcross.org/ESPN to help Red Cross respond and help people recover. When we come back, I have an update on a closed theater in Whitefish Bay on Silver Spring. This is the Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
The best teams in the NBA have tough defenses.
Oh, okay, foul, charging.
But when it comes to Sacramento,
That was a flagrant personal intentional foul.
their defense is easier to drive through than a Burger King.
Name one other restaurant that does that.
Burger King. The Kings peel out to Milwaukee to battle the Bucks.
Chris going the other way. He lobs up top. Giannis rams it home again.
Our Bucks radio game day coverage starts tonight at 6:30. We are the home of the Bucks. WTMJ.
If you're a woman looking to take control of your financial future, you are not alone. Women are leading the way in business and managing household finances, but challenges still exist. That's why Annex Wealth Management presents the Women in Wealth series every third Thursday. It'll empower you with knowledge and resources to succeed. Join us for collaborative discussions, community building, and learn about key areas of financial planning. Women in Wealth events are free every third Thursday. Sign up at annexwealth.com/events and bring a friend.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Imagine all the things you dream of under one roof. You're thinking of eBay. Fashion, collectibles, car parts. It's all there. Go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
Ready for a win? Well, it's your year. At Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you can win over $2,000 in free play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games and you might take the stage in the It's Your Year game show. 25 winners each Thursday. There's $300,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs this January. Yeah, we think it's your year. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old to play.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Eric Bilstead. As we ring in 2025, are you heading into the new year with the same old joint pain? It's time to make a resolution, to get moving again. No more achy joints for your knees, your hips, shoulders, or your back. You're going to call QC Kinetics in 2025, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine and joint preservation. Got locations in Greenfield and Mequon under the leadership of Medical Director Dr. Ashley Caravelli. Yes, you can revitalize your joints with advanced orthobiologic treatments at QC Kinetics. No steroids, no drugs, no surgery. This is the future of medicine using an array of natural solutions. So many of your neighbors here in Milwaukee are living life again without the constant pain in their joints. Here's what you do. Resolve to get lasting relief in 2025. Call QC Kinetics today, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today. Happy New Year.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
See that train, the midnight train runs both ways. See that train, the midnight train runs both ways.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. Next Tuesday, there's a special village board meeting for a presentation on a potential project to revitalize the Fox Bay Theater in Whitefish Bay on Silver Spring Drive. The Fox Bay closed during the COVID-19 pandemic, and the history of the theater kind of goes all the way back to February of 1951. But there's news yesterday posted on Facebook from the village president that it could soon reopen. Newland Enterprises has been studying the building and owns the building for months, and they've come up with a concept for a cocktail bar in the former lobby area. The theater itself is 326 seats, and it could be turned into a general events venue hosting live performances, weddings, maybe more movies, and other galleries and other gatherings. But next Tuesday, the village board in Whitefish Bay is going to have a special meeting that will feature the full proposal, talk about the new tenant, and they'll introduce themselves and the experience that they plan to bring to Whitefish Bay. The project is going to seek financial assistance from the TID, Tax Incremental Financing District there, which accrues tax money from the Silver Spring properties for the betterment of the business district. The public is invited to the meeting. Full details and the meeting minute packets will be available on Friday, which will have even more information on what's possibly coming to the former Fox Bay Theater in Whitefish Bay right there on Silver Spring Drive. Speaking of driving, well, let's talk a little bit about trains as we close the show. Yesterday, Amtrak's Borealis line, the popular new route that connects Chicago, Minneapolis, St. Paul, received a significant boost with a $38.6 million investment from the United States Department of Transportation. The funding that was provided through the federal DOT's Restoration and Enhancement Grants Program ensures the route's operation for the next 6 years. The line, which began service in May last year, is really quickly becoming a vital transportation link for the entire region. It offers daily round-trip service with stops at several Wisconsin locations, which makes it really super convenient. You get Sturtevant, Milwaukee, Columbus, Portage, Wisconsin Dells, Toma, La Crosse, and the route's popularity, it's really showcasing in the ridership numbers, with Amtrak reporting an impressive 100,000 passengers within the first 5 months of operation. Amtrak Borealis coach fares, they start at $41 each way between St. Paul and Chicago for adults, with everyday discounts for children, ages 2 to 12, and students and seniors, veterans, military personnel, families, and more. That's good to see. Even more investment coming to transportation in and around the region and all across the Midwest because, as I've said, 2025, it's the year of the Midwest. Coming up next, Wisconsin's Midday News. But first, we're going to do some business headlines.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Kohl's Corporation expects its planned closure of 27 stores nationwide and a California-based e-commerce fulfillment center to cost millions of dollars.